this week's messages. You're my first class for the week. I got a whole bunch today, tomorrow, and Friday. So lucky you. I am safe in the universe. All of life and all life loves and supports me. Wow. Isn't that crazy? We picked that and we just said, I am loved. I am safe in the universe and all life loves and supports me. Yes, they do. With love and money. What's this? What's Ed holding up? I am grateful for energy. That's a good one. I like that, Ed. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's get to our chairs and start moving our bodies. I'm so happy that you're here. Please know that I am always wanting to accommodate people who cannot get out of the chair. So for whatever reason. So if we are doing something and you can stand safely and use a chair for support or a wall support, please do. Please make this practice your own. And you have permission to make this practice your own, always. That's what yoga is. It's a individualized sport. So on our chair, feel safe and secure and balanced. Feel your 2 feet on the support, whether it's the floor or the footrest of a wheelchair. Just notice your feet as best you can. Measure 2 fist widths between the knees. That is hip bone distance apart. We have square knees, square joint at the hips, and then we sit nice and tall. This is our seated mountain. Let's shrug our shoulders up to our ears, roll them back, and allow them to settle in that backward position. Now, then we pay attention to our ribs, and we engage the muscle around and between the ribs so the ribs are not splaying out. We feel like we're having a corset. I'm going to turn my light on. My room's getting a little dark. Okay. And if your shoulders roll forward after corseting the ribs, roll them back again and allow them to settle, keeping that corset musculature engaged. Very good. Very nice. Let's massage one side of the neck and shoulder. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to begin today with a daily energy routine. And then we'll do a breath. Today we're focusing on joints, energy, and balance. Swipe that hand to the opposite hip, making a diagonal, like you're swiping along your Miss Universe or Mr. Universe sash. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. I'm so happy you're all joining this today. Change sides, nice little massage of the neck and shoulder. We get a lot of tension here. Self-massage is so nice for so many things. And then swipe to the other hip. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. This is called the crossover shoulder pull. Next is the 4 thumps, hitting some major acupressure points. We thump, which is a firmer tap, our finger pads on our cheekbones, specifically the tops of our cheekbones. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth, right under the eye. We stay on the hard parts. We stay on the bony parts. And then we go to our collarbones, the inner notches of our collarbones, the K27s, thumping there. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. These are called the K27, 27th point on the kidney meridian. And then we go to our breastbone, the hard breastplate, right in the middle. You can use one hand or both hands, it doesn't matter. I'm hearing background noise. I'm going to check to see if somebody needs to be muted. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth as you thump on the breastbone. No, you're all behaving. Shocker. Now the low ribs. I like to do the front ribs and the side ribs. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. These acupressure points, spleen meridian, help our metabolism. And that's not just for our food, it's for our medication, our vitamins. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. Good. Pause, rest your hands. Notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any sensations in hands or anywhere else in the body. We're just noticing objectively. Okay, from here, we're going to pretend we're a marionette. And when we pick up one leg, when we pick up one arm, that same leg follows. You can come up onto the toes or lift the whole leg or whatever. Just move one side of the body and then the other side of the body, like we're in marionette. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. We're getting into a little bit of brain energy right now, the energy of the nervous system. Now pause and do the opposite. Let's just tap the opposite leg first. And this can continue just like this. This is absolutely fine. Or lift that leg to meet the hand. Or if you're feeling fancy today, like a rocket, a New York City rocket, go ahead and lift that whole foot, kick it out, and reach for that baby toe. Please don't touch the baby toe. You'll have to round the spine to do that. And I do not want you to round your spine. I want you to keep a tall, lifted posture. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth, and then pause. That's the march, crossover march. Very good. Now let's go back to the marionette, just for a couple on each side. Reorganizing the energy of our brain and our spinal cord. Very nice. Let's place our hands on the side waist, press in, and sweep to the belly button. Like this is called the belt flow. So we're opening the belt flow of our waist, right where our belt would be. Press in and across to the belly button. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. And then other side. Sometimes we feel disconnected. Our lower part of our body feels disconnected from our upper part, specifically our head. Our brain wants our feet to do something, but the feet aren't cooperating. I think we all know this feeling, and it's frustrating. Sometimes it's due to many things, of course, we know this, but opening the belt flow helps keep the pathways flowing from bottom half of the body to top half. All right, let's now zip up. So zip up from the pubic bone right up the center of the body to the chin. Zip up and say our affirmation. I am loved. I am loved and supported. The universe loves me. We are loved. So good. And we have proof. You have proof from the gala over the weekend. If you need proof, there is proof. And then let's take our hands on our neck We have the thyroid there, parathyroid, our voice box. So let's take our fingers, gently touch the skin, and then one hand flows up and one hand flows down, as if we're trying to gently stretch the front of the neck. And then keep doing that to the side of the neck. We're not pulling, we're not tugging. It's a very gentle, soft touch. Back to the middle and then to the other side. It's a gentle, very gentle, as if we want to stretch the front of the throat and the neck. Let's travel to the first side again, back to middle, and then to the other side. Opening up the energy flow of our thyroid, parathyroid, and our voice box. Set a hand in the front, very gently, we're not pushing, and start to trace a figure 8 pattern. It can be horizontal or it can be vertical, whatever feels right for you. Just a simple little figure 8. And we don't even have to touch our skin. We can just float right, hover right over it. If you're a little sticky like I am. All right, now we'll get into our breathing. Now that, we have to do one more. The hookup, middle finger to the belly button, other middle finger to the forehead. This will seal in and make all of our energy in sync and perfect. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. We're pressing our middle fingers in and up like they're hooks, and we're hanging on these hooks. This is called the hookup. All right, hands rest on the lap. Eyes can be closed, but they don't have to be. Just do your best to relax the face. Let's all breathe in the nose and hum out the mouth. Hum the exhale, not out the mouth, just hum. Breathe in and hum as loud as you can. Two more breaths, two more hums like this. Okay, finish the breath you're on. We will practice 6 more. And I realize we all breathe with different timing. So if you end early, do a couple more. There's absolutely, it's beautiful to do more. If you're breathing slower than my breath, then always complete the one you're on before going to the next one, the next thing that I'm teaching. Please don't cut your humming breath short. So the next 3, we will practice the same way. We'll just place a hand on our chest, somewhere up high on our chest, so we can feel the vibration in our chest of the hum. I also want to add the beauty of Brahmari breath is not just the vibration, it's also the silence after the hum. So just take a moment after your humming ends and sink into, enjoy, delve into that moment of silence. And then the inhale will begin again. So let's do 3 humming breaths with our hand high up on our chest, enjoying the vibration and the moment of silence after the hum. Let's go together in the first inhale. Mm. So beautiful. The final 3 breaths can be exactly the same. Hands on the lap, a hand on our chest. If you wish to feel it a little differently and do it the more classical way, then we place our thumbs in our ear flaps to close off the ears, and we rest our fingers gently on the eyebrows, encouraging the eyes to close. We do not press on the eyeballs. Our hands are just lightly covering the eyebrows and the eyes to kind of shadow them. So this is the final option for the final 3 breaths, but you certainly have permission to keep your hands on your chest or your hands on your lap. The humming is still, the benefits are still the same. We're just aware of the vibration in other parts of our body when we change the location of our hands. All right, the final 3 Brahmari breath. You choose where you want your hands. And let's all start the inhale together. Mm. 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 Beautiful. Well done, everybody. Humming is one of the most healing things we can do for our nervous system. Please hum as often as you think of it. Brahmari means bumblebee. So if we were all gathered together in the same room and we were doing this breath, we would sound like a beautiful swarm of bumblebees, just busy collecting pollen. And it's a beautiful sounding breath when you're in a group. Hands to the lap. Let's take some cat-cow. Back, lifting the chin slightly, shoulders roll back, and then pull the ribs back to round. We'll be talking more about the ribs pulling back in future postures. If you want to connect breath with cow and cat, inhale as you arch, exhale as you pull the ribs back. You find your speed that your body appreciates the most. Brahmari breath is what we teach the youngsters in school who are dealing with anxiety. And unfortunately, it's become a very common common situation for our young people is anxiety. So we teach them to hum. It's a mindfulness practice that helps the nervous system calm down. All right, from cat-cow, let's return to seated mountain. Lift one arm up. If that hurts your shoulder, keep the hand on the shoulder and let's lean to one side, arcing. And then the other side, up and over. Hand on shoulder or hand reaching up. Find your speed and lift up. We want that upward action, so we're not sagging to the side. Good. Returning back to seated mountain, let's put our hands on our shoulders and circle the elbows. Nice and slow, finding as big a circle as possible. imagining that there's a corset around your rib cage and it's hugging those front ribs in gently. Change directions. I got to change my screen. For some reason, I lost the visual of you. You're good looking folks. There we go. Awesome. Goalpost arms, pressing the backs of the hands back, elbows back. We look like a cactus or a football goalpost. Keep those ribs corseted. This is inhale position. Exhale, hands touch, elbows touch, maybe. They're coming to the center in front of you. How close, doesn't matter. We inhale, keep those ribs corseted. Exhale, squeeze the squeeze box. We're squeezing not only the hands and elbows closer together, but also the belly squeezing in, aiding that corset. Shoulder strengthening, shoulder stretching, chest stretching when we open, upper back stretching when we squeeze. All right, shake it all out. Shimmy, shake, loosey-goosey, shimmy, shake. Tuck your thumbs in, wrap your fingers gently around and circle the wrists. Nice and slow. I am safe in the universe and all life loves and supports me. Change directions. Good. Hands on the lap. Let's lift one heel and then the other. One heel and then the other. Alternating heel lifts. We're going to give our arms a little break for a moment before we go back to our rib cage work. And then let's heel tap out, straightening the leg, tap the heel out, and then bring that foot back. We'll alternate that as well. Heel tap, bring it back. Heel tap, bring it up, back. We're dorsiflexing the foot, which means the toes are pointing up as high as we can reach them, adding a little stretch to the back of the calf. Okay, very good. Next, we're going to pretend there's a tissue, a little hanky under our feet. And let's do one foot at a time for sure. That hanky needs to be picked up without using our hands. That's the caveat. So squunch the hanky in your toes, squunch it by curling the toes, lift the hanky up off the ground, and then open the toes to drop it. And then lower the foot. So there's a few steps in this. We grab the hanky with our toes, lift it off the floor, let it go, spread to the toes, and then lower the foot back onto the hanky to start over. Let's practice that 3, 4, 5 times on each foot. If this is not available to you today, visualize your feet squunching up, lifting up, spreading those toes out, and then lowering it down. And visualization is not, the term isn't enough. We want to sense it with as many senses as possible. What would it feel like to scrunch up our toes? What would be the texture under them that the toes are feeling? What muscles would I be feeling stretching or contracting? And what would it feel like to spread the toes out? Feel the air between the toes and set the foot back down. So it's more than visualization. It's sensing with the touch, Maybe even smell, since we're working on our feet. Texture. All right, other foot. That's plenty on that side. Maybe you already switched because I got on a rant. Other foot. Please get yourself a rubber ball from the dollar store. There's also balls for sale specifically for footwork, rubber balls to massage the bottoms of your feet. It's good stuff, everybody. All right, shake it out, flap those knees in and out. Rub the thighs briskly. And then big circles around the knee joint. Don't move the kneecap. We're not even touching the kneecap. We're just swiping big circles around the knee joint. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hands on lap, seated in mountain pose. Let's stir the pot with the rib cage. Stir the pot. This is like a hula hoop move. We're hula hooping. And then change directions. Good stuff. Back to seated mountain. Reach one arm forward, one elbow back. Jogging the arms, but we're also twisting the waist, the torso, left to right, left to right. And just like seated mountain with a tall posture, our vertebrae, our spine is very much happier when we're sitting tall, lengthening it and strengthening it. We have a tall posture and a strong posture, supporting the spine as we twist. Warming up the waist, getting the blood flowing in our rib cage, our intercostals. Next time the left arm is reaching out, cross it over to the left leg and hold the chair seat behind you with the right hand. Lengthen and strengthen right now, semi-twisted position. And then imagine the ribs rotating more right, shoulders more right, and your eyeballs are looking way right. Breathe. Breathe in length. Breathe out strength. So good. We're squeezing it out. One more breath. All right, let the hands go. Allow the body to unwind. Please take a few cats and a few cows, arching and rounding. Symmetrical spine, symmetrical shoulders, symmetrical hips. I like to think of this as bringing in all the juiciness from that twist and letting it soak into the spine even better when we do cat cow. Switch sides, right hand to left leg. Lengthen the posture now. Hold the chair seat behind you with the left hand, somewhere down low. We can even encourage that left shoulder to shrug up and roll back, opening that left shoulder more. That aids the twist. Sit up tall, lengthen, strengthen, allow the belly to rotate left, ribs, and then the eyeballs. Breathe. Breathe in length. Breathe out strength. We can imagine we're like a candy cane with those spirals, but the center of that candy cane is very strong, secure, spiraling around the center. One more breath. Breathe in length. Breathe out strength. Good. Let the hands go. Allow the body to unwind. We'll move right into sun salutations. Inhale, reach up for the sun. Out to the sides, down low. If this bothers your shoulders, start to hinge. Lead with the chest, hinging. We don't want to lead with the head. Hands support on the lap. Lengthen when you're leaning forward. Corset the ribs, and then hinge more. Uttanasana, forward fold. Maybe the head drops, maybe the arms drop. Letting the head drop feels good for most people. Bothers your neck, please don't drop it. If you have glaucoma, please don't let your head drop. One more breath. Slide the hands up to the lap, push into the lap so that the torso can come up halfway. We're leaning forward about 45 degrees, but we lengthen and strengthen here. Reaching out through crown of head, corset the ribs, lengthen and strengthen. Hands up in front of the shoulders, palms facing forward, squeeze the elbows back, keep those ribs corseted, and we face forward. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Cobra pose, push down to the feet, hug the knees towards one another like you're holding a beach ball, corset the ribs, curl the chest forward, face forward, squeeze the elbows back. Yes, 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 there's a lot to do here. You won't be graded. Don't worry. I won't send you to the principal's office. Just breathe. That's all you got to do. Breathe in, and on the exhale, push yourself upright. Hands to lap. You showed up. You already got an A+ for showing up. That's why I like teaching yoga. It's much different from being a science teacher. Round 2, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Lengthen, corset the ribs, hinge more. Breathe. The second round on our forward fold, maybe the hands can hold the legs and encourage more, a deeper hold. The legs or the feet or a pant leg or under the thighs. Do you? Hands to the lap, coming on up slowly. The head goes down last, the head comes up last. That's the rule. So we don't get wonky and dizzy. Let's engage the belly, lengthen through crown when we're leaning over, looking over the cliff, hands up, elbows squeeze, corset the ribs, cobra number 2. Cobra number 2 is smiling cobra. I want to see your best smile, all the teeth, bright eyes, stretch your eyeballs, breathe, and then push yourself upright. Let's do a few of more. These are called Chaturanga Dandasana. Option to step the feet out. And I'm not a fan of that option in my body, but some people like that. So you might want to try it. I'm going to go halfway today. Palms reaching forward. It's like they're on a window. Let's say they're pressing against the window of, who's that fancy jeweler in New York? Oh my gosh, the name's escaping me. Bend the elbows, reach the chest forward. Your nose and your chin and your chest are pressing against the glass. Tiffany. We're looking at the windows of Tiffany's. How much is that diamond ring? Oh my gosh. Push yourself away. No, 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 I don't need it. No, I'm going to look one more time. Chest reaches forward, nose, chin. Corset the belly. Check out that diamond ring. Push your feet down, lift the chest, breathe, squeeze those elbows back. And then push yourself away. No, 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 I don't need that diamond ring. All right, shake it out. You silly people. Breathe, breathe, breathe. I got a message here. Let me check it out. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Okay. It's all good. Okay, cobra pose, which we just did. It's also called Chaturanga Dandasana when we're moving to look in the Tiffany's window. It's very good for our posture, strengthening our back, keeping us upright instead of rounding forward. Okay, so let's counterbalance that with our beach ball move, because the muscles holding the front of the body also supports our back. Not just our back muscles that we're using in Cobra, but our front muscles, those muscles that are corseting. Let's open up our arms. Pretend you're hugging a beach ball, and that beach ball is pressing against the belly, and the ribs are drawing back towards the spine. Squeeze those ribs back towards the spine. And then let the beach ball, let your arms open up off the beach ball. The back straightens, but there's still corseted ribs. I hope that makes sense. We'll practice it a few more times. So big action, hugging the beach ball, ribs draw back. This feels like cat pose in a way, a rounded middle back. And then we open up the beach ball, hug, go, but we're still have that action between in the belly. The spine is straight, but we still have the action in the belly. Let's hug again to make it a little more severe action. And then unhug, a slight hug in the front of the belly, but the back straightens. Let's practice one more time. This is good stuff, especially for those of us that have back pain issues. Hands to the lap, give your arms a rest. Keep your corseted ribs hugging in. Oh my gosh, where is the time going? Let's practice warrior, crescent warrior. I'll show you 3 ways. If you need to stay on your chair facing forward, walk the left foot under you so the left knee drops. How far the left knee drops depends how close you are to the front edge of the seat. The right foot stays square. The right leg stays square. This can be crescent warrior, and we'll start with our hands on our hips. If you don't have arms on your chair and you're not going to stand, you can turn to the right and walk the left leg farther behind you. Under you, knee is under you, hands to hips. You can hold the sides of the chair to stay safe. The right leg is still in seated mountain position. If you are standing, you can use right leg forward, left leg back, and it's called a high lunge. Bend in the right knee for all of us, no matter how we're sitting, how we're standing. The knee is right over the ankle. It's not in front. So this is crescent warrior 3 ways. You do you. You find your way. This where you're safe. The body does not grow if it doesn't feel safe. If anything, it will retreat and shut down if it doesn't feel safe. So I'm going to choose the one where we're turned to the side, crescent warrior. Let's take your free arm out to the side. Hold the chair with your right hand and squeeze that beach ball. Hug it in. Pull those ribs back. Hug it in. Action to straighten up the spine, keeping the ribs hugged in, and reach up with the left arm. If the left arm doesn't want to reach up, put it back on the hip, keeping the ribs hugged in. Spine is straight. Breathe. All of us now point the left knee down. Drop the left hip a bit. Drop it and point that left knee down. Keep those ribs hugged in. This is tough. Be kind to yourself and thoughts. I am loved. I am safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. You got this. Breathe. Okay, let's help the left foot come forward. If you're standing behind the chair, step forward so both feet are equal, standing mountain or seated mountain. Whew, I don't know that, I think that gave me a hot flash. Woo, good stuff. Other side, the left foot's forward in the high lunge position, knee over ankle, and the right foot steps back. The right knee drops if you're facing forward. If you can turn to the side to free the right hip a little more. And I want to show you, and I apologize I didn't show you on side one. If you have a block and you're staying on your chair, bring the block with you, because it's lovely to support that back leg. And we have 3 heights of the block. So the trick is finding the height that works under that knee. If you're standing, left foot's forward, step the right foot back. You're on the right toes. You're holding the chair with the left hand, maybe starting with both hands, the back of the chair. The left knee is over the left ankle for all of us, no matter which we're choosing. Breathe. The right hand starts on the hip. It may stay there. Corset the ribs in. If the right hand can sweep out, do a half hug of the beach ball to draw the ribs back. There will be a little rounding in the upper back. That's okay. We're strengthening the front abs right now. And then we uncurl, keeping those front abs strengthened, straightening the back now, maybe reaching up, concentrating on those front abs, the corset. Breathe. Yes, this is not easy. Breathe. We got this. Doing hard things is what we're made for. We've all done hard things. Yes. We got through them. Breathe. Breathe. We can have more joy and more appreciation because of the hard things. If things were simple, we wouldn't be as joyful. Breathe. Point that right knee down. Maybe the hand can go on the hip to help it. Keep coursing the ribs. Smile. Warrior side 2. Awesome. Release the posture. Step forward with the right foot. If you're standing, seated, both feet forward as well. Good stuff. Now I think we have to do warrior 2 and side angle. We just have to. It's in the law book, the yoga law book. No, I'm just kidding. It's really not. There's no yoga law book. I'm going to show the standing people first, in case you want to hold the posture super duper long. Right foot forward, step the left foot back. And this time the foot is on the floor, pointing to the corner. And we lunge in the right knee again. And again, the knee stays over ankle and the left arm reaches out behind. Hold the chair seat. If you're on the chair, walk the right foot out, keep the knee bent, and walk the left foot out. As straight as you want it. My hip does not like my left leg to be straight when I'm on the chair, so I just keep it slightly bent wherever it can land with no discomfort. Press down, squeeze the knees open. Even if you're standing, press down to the feet, squeeze the knees open. We all have our arms out to a T. If you're standing, the right hand is on the back of the chair for support. Breathe. Look to the right, past the right shoulder. This is warrior 2. Corset the ribs and send that concentrated energy out the roof of the head. Breathe. Energy also shooting out through fingertips. Breathe. Now shift the upper body to the right. For those standing, they'll put their hand on the chair seat or their forearm on the right thigh. Most of us put our forearm on the right thigh and we reach up with the left hand. Corset the ribs and reach up. This is a reach up posture. Even if the hand is on the waist, because it hurts your shoulder to reach up, lift the posture up, corset the ribs. You got this. Side angle. Pretend you're hugging that beach ball. Hi. Now, tilt upright back to warrior two. Right hand on the chair if you're standing. Step forward to behind the chair for standing mountain. Those of us on the chair, bring our limbs all back to seated mountain. Whew. Yay for us. We got this. Every single one of us, our postures will look different. Not how the body looks. It's not the shape we make with the body. It's how we're feeling energetically. The lines of energy. If you're a physics person, this will come easy to you. The rest of us have to really work. What lines of energy am I feeling? We really have to get into our imagination. Side two, left foot, if you're seated, goes out to the left. Right foot, heel toes out a lot or a little, maybe stays bent. If you're standing, left foot forward, right foot back. And that right foot's on an angle, and we lunge into the left knee. Knee is over ankle, not in front of it. If you're standing, start with your right hand on your hip. Which way am I going now? Right hand on the hip. I just forgot which side for the seated. Left foot forward, left foot forward. All right, so arms out to a T. We turn our head left. Look, left. Right arm is floating in space and we can't see it. So feel your right arm just as lifted, like it's parallel to the floor. Press both feet down and squeeze your knees open. Press both feet down, squeeze the knees open. We have the foundation of the feet, the arms. Now hug the ribs in. Hug the ribs in. Send that concentrated energy out through the top of the head. Breathe. This is warrior two. We're owning our space. Only invade our space if we let them. Those are the warrior poses. Those are the warrior poses. It's our space and people need an invitation to come in. All right, let's shift to the left. Put the left hand on the chair seat if you're standing, or the left forearm on the left leg. If you can do it if you're standing and don't need the chair. If we're seated, left forearm on the chair. Roll the right shoulder back. The head starts to look forward or maybe to the right. Maybe the right hand to the shoulder. Maybe the right hand to the sky. Hug the beach ball. Imagine the beach balls pressing against our rib cage. Breathe. Side angle. Good stuff. Feel the bottoms of your feet as best you can. Sense the bottoms of your feet. The belly, tilt back upright, transitioning to warrior two, and then hands to the back of the chair if you're standing, and then the back foot steps forward. If you're seated, heel toe the feet towards one another to find your seated mountain. Whew, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. We are now approaching the end of class. Let's take one cooling posture. If you want to go down to the ground, you certainly can sit on the floor, soles of feet together, knees fall open. Just please make sure you can keep a lifted spine. If you're staying on the chair, Soles of feet together, knees open. If you have blocks or a second chair, elevate the feet. Soles of feet together, knees open. And allow the facial skin, the muscles to soften. Imagine the skin on the throat and the muscles around our voice box and our tissues surrounding the voice box is softening. There's no need to corset the ribs right now. Encourage chest and belly to soften. Inner thighs softening. Hands and feet soft. This posture, Baddha Konasana, is like our cherry on top of the sundae. We made our sundae. We did all the work. We churned the ice cream. We froze the ice cream. We did all the work to make the ice cream. Our whole Brahmari breath, sun salutations, joint work, energy routine, our warrior poses. We did a lot this past hour. So now we're placing the cherry on top of that sundae. Just like making that masterpiece look good. Baddha Konasana is a great pose. This is a cooling posture. We're cooling off our nervous system. We're cooling off our emotions. We're also cooling the physical temperature of our body. It's good for elimination health. It's good for the prostate. It's good for the uterus, the bladder. So the final few minutes of class in Shavasana, I am going to guide you through a meditation called the Kirtan Kriya. And when we teach these online classes to people all over the state and beyond, we don't know who's practiced this or if teachers have taught them. It's one of my favorite ways to meditate. There's a lot of research on the Kirtan Kriya. It all began with the University of Wisconsin. And we're still in Baddha Konasana, and I'm prepping you for the Kirtan Kriya because we can hold this posture for a long time. There's a lot of value in holding this posture. But feel supported. Feel supported. So if you're on the floor, you might want to support your hands, support your legs with your hands, or even come out of it, or wedge blocks under the thighs. Kirtan Kriya, it has all the benefits of meditation. Calms anxiety down, helps depression, overall being of happiness increases, well-being increases, blood pressure lowers. It has all the benefits of meditation. It has more benefits, though, from these studies that came out of University of Wisconsin, and other universities have jumped on board to do these studies. It helps with dementia. It helps with short-term memory. It helps with recall. It helps with long-term memory. It helps with brain connections. So I love the Kirtan Kriya for these reasons. In the studies, this meditation is done for 12 minutes. We will not be doing it 12 minutes today, but you can do it for 12 minutes anytime you wish. And there are instructions on YouTube really good instructions. There's songs. You can do it to song, which I love. And I will show you how. In case you've never done it, I will show you how to do it right now. So your legs can now come back to seated mountain or rest on the chair. Or if you're on the floor, you can lay down on the floor. The Kirtan Kriya can be done in any position. So the classic way is we use our hands. When we press the thumb and first finger together is when we say the syllable sa, S-A, S-A, sa. And we pinch the fingers together so we can feel it. It's not just a quick light touch. There's 4 syllables. The first syllable is sa, S-A. And then we switch to middle finger and thumb, ta, T-A. So sa, ta, T-A. And then ring finger and thumb is na, N-A. N as in Nancy, A. The last syllable is ma, like mama. M as in Mandy, A, ma. We always start with the first finger and finish with the last finger. So it's sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Okay. Many of us are able to do this because some days my arthritis, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and some days it's worse than others. Today it's not so bad. I've been a good girl and I've been watching my diet closely. So if your hands are too stiff to touch the thumbs, I like to massage my hands first to soften up my hands. Sometimes that's super helpful, just to massage my hands and get them more pliable. And then I do this with relaxed hands. I think to myself, don't be so stiff. That doesn't always work. So the other alternate is to keep the hands on the lap. Here's my lap. And I pretend I'm playing the piano. I leave my thumb out of it. I'm not concerned with my thumb. I just press the keys of the piano. First finger, sa, I press down. Second finger, ta, let it go. Third finger, na. Fourth finger, ma. Then I'm back to first finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Okay? Are we good? That was a long explanation, but I don't want to leave anybody out because hand stiffness is a thing. And we want to be able to do this as best as we can. So we have just a couple minutes. So I will say the mantra. You do your best on the mudra, the hand, whatever hand way you choose. It's called the mudra. And please say the mantra with me. You can whisper it, you can sing it, you can think it in your head. The study does all 3. They say it out loud, then they whisper, then they think it, and then they think it some more, then they whisper, and then they say it out loud. So they go through the whole range. I think what I'll do is I'll say it for like 10 rounds, then we'll whisper for 10 rounds, and then we'll do it silently for 10 rounds. All right. So let's take a deep breath in. Let it go. And begin. Sa ta na ma. 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 Let's whisper now. Sa ta na ma. Sa ta na ma. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Let's now think it in our heads silently. And if you're holding your hands up, you can let them rest on your lap. That's fine. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Let's do one more round. Satanama. Let your hands relax. Let the mantra leave your mind. Just for the final minute of class, think a beautiful whispering thought like an angel is whispering to you. I am loved. I am loved. And if it helps to hold your hand over your heart, I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. Thank you, everybody. Place your palms together, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs in front of the forehead. Blessings for clear thinking. Thumbs in front of the mouth. Blessings for clear speaking. Kind words coming and going. Thumbs in front of the heart. Blessings for love. Love for you. Love for one another. Love to our community and the whole wide world. My heart bows to your heart with immense gratitude, love, peace, and joy. Namaste.